Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, tips from the Alzheimer's Association on reducing holiday stress among dementia caregivers.
Plus, Birth to 5 Illinois is here with an update on the organization's accomplishments as well as goals for the new year.
Helping pets in need find a home for the holidays and beyond, of course. QC Paws is here with a look at their adoption sale underway now. You're watching Quad Cities Live, and we are kicking things off with one of our adoptable four-legged friends.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. The Home for the Holidays adoption sale is underway now at QC Paws, and joining us now with the details is Sam Wiley. Sam, we appreciate you being here today, as always.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
we're going to talk about this special holiday sale coming up, but first we've got to meet our adoptable pet of the day. We've got Ginger here. And Ginger is a boy. His foster family named him Ginger.
He has a couple siblings
Yes.
who are also named after spices.
Love that.
Okay,
Right.
I love the theme
Right.
Yes, the themes are great.
that you come up with.
All right,
Okay.
tell us a bit more about Ginger. He is a neutered male dog. He's a little sleepy right now, but
Yes.
he seems to be well-behaved, little puppy still.
Yes. He's 9 weeks old.
Okay.
Definitely do not let this fool you. This is not what he's normally like. I think it is
He's a
nap
puppy.
time.
Are
you crazy?
Yes.
I'm a good boy.
He was bouncing off the kennel
Oh,
earlier.
yes.
So we're getting the quiet time now.
Breaking those teeth in, doing a little gnaw in there.
Yes.
He's so,
Cute little
so
puppy.
sweet. So,
Yes.
yeah, tell us a little bit. So you said he has siblings
He
and
does.
his mom as well?
His mom is wonderful. If
Yeah.
I could take her, I would.
Aw.
She is just, she's going to make somebody a great dog.
And what kind of dog is he? He's a little mixture, right?
He's a little mix of everything.
Yeah.
I think he has a little German short hair in him.
Okay.
He might have a little pity in him. We're not 100% sure.
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah, he's beautiful.
He'll
He's
give
got
you the stares with the
cutest
eyes.
face.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he makes the cutest faces. Adorable. So we want to talk about the Home for the Holiday
Yes.
sale,
Yeah.
which actually Ginger will not be a part of because he's a
No.
teeny tiny little puppy.
Yes.
And of course, it's a little bit easier, Sam, for people. They want to adopt puppies.
Right.
And we've got a lot of adult dogs and
Yeah.
cats that are in our shelters.
We do.
And they're in need of homes as well. So this kind of is more focused on those adults.
Right. So Home for the Holidays is sponsored by Bruce Enterprises. They are lowering the cost of all of our adult dogs and cats.
Okay.
Adult dogs are $50, adult cats are $25. So
Okay.
if you're looking to bring something into your home now, this would be a great time. The only thing we do ask is you kind of research what you're going to bring in and know what you're
Absolutely.
getting. If you're going to get a puppy, you're going to have to go out and potty train in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but December was not fun for me with winter.
No,
So
it's-
I don't want to potty train.
It's been rough out
It doesn't
there.
sound
Although
ideal.
with that said, I'm sure tons of people are looking at Ginger on their TV screens right now and
Like,
going,
we
oh
need
my gosh,
him.
we absolutely need him.
Yeah.
No, but I like the reminder. And what is it like right now at like QC Paws at the shelter?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, are you guys kind of overflowing right now? I feel like you're kind of at capacity all year round. Like
We-
maybe that's a silly question.
No, it's not a silly question, but because this is normally our slower time of the year, but we just haven't slowed down. I mean, we're still at capacity for the cats. We're over capacity for the dogs. We have 87 kennels and we have 96 dogs.
Oh, gosh.
So
Yeah.
we have dogs in crates who just are looking for a home, and they're great dogs. They they need to find that home. And again, be prepared for what you're
Yeah.
getting,
Yeah.
and maybe Christmas isn't the right time to come adapt, but if you do have room in your home,
Yeah.
definitely come see us.
Because it could very well be the right time.
It
I mean,
could, yeah.
I like to think of it like this. Yeah, the weather is kind of rough for us here in the Midwest, but also lots of folks do have a good amount of time off
Yeah.
around
True.
the holidays.
True.
So it is, I like to think of it that way. Like if you are looking for a pet to adopt, maybe this is the right time because then you can spend so much more time with them right off the bat.
Right, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And we certainly, obviously we see a little puppy or a little kitty and we think, oh, cute, but we really cannot overlook the adults.
No.
The adult cat and dogs, because they certainly need a home too. And maybe if you don't want to do the puppy thing, the training outside, maybe an adult dog is for you. So this
Right.
Home for the Holidays sale, how long does it go for?
Until we say we're done. Right
Okay,
now, it's going to
so
go
let's-
at least into January. So.
Oh, perfect.
Let's get those 96 dogs adopted and all those kitties too.
Yeah.
Please.
Very, very sweet. Well, thank you so much for
Yes,
bringing
thank
Ginger
you.
in here
Thanks for having
today.
Cute
us.
little Ginger. Well, QC Paws works to support Rock Island County Animal Care and Control. It's located on 78th Avenue in Moline. There's the address and the phone number on your screen. You can also visit qcpaws.org to learn more about that adoption process and, of course, follow along and see all those cute little animals on their Facebook page. Thanks again, Sam. We appreciate it.
Thank
Thanks
you
for having
very
us.
Yes, of
much.
course.
Yes. Up next on QCL, the holidays can be overwhelming, especially for families caring for a loved one with Alzheimer's or dementia. Coming up, helpful tips from the Alzheimer's Association on how to reduce stress.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
The holiday season is often filled with joy, traditions, and time with our loved ones, but for many families, it can also bring added stress, and that is especially true for the hundreds of thousands of dementia caregivers across Iowa and Illinois. Joining us today from the Alzheimer's Association's Iowa chapter is Megan Olson. Megan, welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. So it is just a crazy, crazy time for a lot of folks, but today we're focused on people that are caring for loved ones that are battling dementia and Alzheimer's disease, of course. So can we start with just talk a little bit about the toll that it takes on a caregiver? You know, beyond the patient or the person that's living with this disease, it affects people around them as well.
It really does. So maybe the individual who's going through the dementia journey doesn't realize that it's Christmas time.
Yeah.
Yet all of a sudden we're rushing around and we're doing 75 things and doing all of this stuff that we don't normally do. Why do we need to go to the store today? Why do we need to go to this outing? All of those things, and the weather changing. Right now it's getting warmer again. With all of those changes comes that added stress to a caregiver because there's just that not understanding from that person who has dementia.
Right. Because routine
It's so important.
is important, I would
Yes.
imagine. This
Oh
is
my
not
gosh.
something that I personally have had to deal with, but so many people absolutely do, and routine is everything. And I think a lot of people can identify with that as well, right? Routine is everything for families that aren't, you know, with kids,
Yeah.
and they're out of school and things are crazy, and so your kids are acting differently. So it makes perfect sense. And when we're talking about caregivers, we've had you on the show in the past, of course, they're already dealing with health struggles of their own because of the added stress they're dealing with year-round.
Yeah, and oftentimes they're not taking care of themselves, right?
Yeah.
Themselves, and that does add to it. And making sure that you're having the ability to go to your routine appointments. The
Yeah.
key word is routine. You need to go to them
need to do
because you need to make sure that you're healthy to take care of the individual who can't take care of themselves anymore.
Absolutely. Okay, so you are providing some super helpful tips for us today that they're going to help families that are dealing with dementia. First on the list, keep the person living with Alzheimer's involved in everything. So to the best of your ability, I assume.
Correct, yes.
Okay.
And so say there's a family recipe you have and that person is leading the way. Maybe this year we want to pass it down to a granddaughter who wants to learn more.
Yeah.
And so you can just tailor those opportunities to where you're still including the person who has dementia, but maybe they're not taking that lead role because
Yeah.
honestly, it might also be exhausting for them.
Yeah.
What was their day like before they came to do this? How long is this activity going to take?
Right.
All of those things can really take a toll on someone who's going through the disease process.
Okay, next on the list is about planning ahead. Okay, so make sure that other loved ones are aware of the situation. So, I mean, we're talking about dinners, parties, just gatherings in general.
And a lot of people, you know, maybe it's only on a yearly basis they see the person who has the form of dementia that they have. And things change in that year. And so also maybe family members are in denial.
Right.
And now all of a sudden they're faced with reality.
Right.
And so as long as you're just keeping the person with dementia at the center of all of your decision making and not letting, you know, maybe outside voices come into play and things like that, that's really the most important thing to take into consideration.
You're their primary caregiver. You know what's best in a lot of those situations.
But also take a break, right?
Yeah.
So in those situations, if somebody is offering to help, take it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And that one of the last points on the list too, I'll just bring it up now. Don't be afraid to lean into virtual celebrations. Okay, so I mean, this is something we've had for a very long time, right? We've had FaceTime, but we really started using all of that during COVID. So a lot of folks are familiar with how to use this and they know that it works. So maybe that's an option.
And it certainly take it into consideration because you think about how long is a car ride going to be? Are you going to be willing to take multiple breaks along the way, or are you trying to power through the 4 hours and
Right.
not willing to? Same thing with, having to eat out. What is that going to look like? Diet is very important, and if you now are changing back to routine, you're changing that and you're adding in all these sweets and things like that. That's not necessarily good for that person with dementia.
Right.
So you take that into consideration. It's like, okay, what can we do instead? Maybe a plane ride also is too much because they want to get up, they want to move around, and it's too constrictive.
Right.
Lean into that because, again, we now know we can use it.
Right.
It's not the most ideal situation.
No, but none of it is.
None of it. No one chose for any of this to happen. So embrace it. And
embrace it.
Yeah.
I like that as well. Okay. Some holiday do's and don'ts as well. This is from the Alzheimer's Association. So don't over decorate. I love this one. Yes. I love this one. Maybe it's just this Christmas, but I have not over decorated, I don't think, this year. Yeah.
We should all take that into consideration.
I agree. Yeah.
Over decorating, again, too overstimulating.
Right.
And something like decorations, just like this, are cranberries that are sitting out that are looking like decorations. What if they're not cranberries? So ornaments that may look like an ornament ball may look like a truffle that's wrapped up.
Right.
You're wanting to make sure to eliminate that because of the fact that you wouldn't want someone to inadvertently grab that thinking, oh, this looks like a great snack.
Yeah.
And so keeping it simple, plus then the less distractions, the better.
Yeah.
You may already have 4 different conversations of people going on.
Yeah.
That's overstimulating for someone. It might just be that you have holiday music and people conversing.
Right.
That can also be overstimulating.
Lots of stuff. Yeah, lots of stuff to think about. Lots of amazing tips as well. There's the website on your screen, and we'll, of course, get those tips and information, all the do's and don'ts that popped up on the screen on our website as well, kwqc.com/Quad Cities Live. Megan, thank you so much for joining us today. Just all good reminders as we gather with more and more family members for the holiday season. Thank you so much. Up next on Quad Cities Live, if you are looking to improve your first impression with a brighter, whiter smile, Power Swabs may be for you. We'll learn more about the product after the break.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
When it comes to first impressions, your smile can say a lot even before you speak. It's one of the first things people notice, and a bright, confident smile can really make a lasting impact. That's why we're excited to welcome Scott DeFalco to share how Power Swabs can help you boost your smile in just minutes a day. Scott, welcome.
Morgan, great to be with you. Yeah, people these days, they're doing everything they can to look better. They're going to the gym, they're getting a tan, they're doing all kinds of procedures, but it does not matter if your teeth are yellow or stained. In the first few seconds of meeting someone, those are crucial. They really, really are. So whether it's in, say a job interview, personal relationships, or just everyday life, having a bright white smile is essential. That's why we created Power Swabs. It is a revolutionary product that's going to get your teeth on average 2 shades whiter after the very first use, 6 shades over 7 days. Wow is right.
Yeah, the smile really is the first thing a lot of us notice. Of course, it doesn't matter if your teeth are not perfect, but you're saying Power Swabs can get you that bright white, happier smile, which can really draw attention.
Yeah, I tell people this all the time because I get that question. They'll say, Scott, my teeth are kind of crooked. It doesn't matter if they're white. Some of the prettiest smiles in Hollywood, believe it or not, over the last 25 years, Patricia Arquette comes to mind.
Yeah.
Their teeth are not right. Their teeth are not straight, and their smiles are gorgeous, and they're actually known for their smiles. So it makes such a big difference, Morgan, and I'm glad you brought that up. And the other thing people love about this product is the fact that you're not going to have any sensitivity with it. That's my favorite thing, because the #1 complaint people have about getting their teeth whitened at the dentist or using the strips and the trays is that they hurt too much. So you're not going to have that with this product, and it also works on all dental surfaces. So if you're watching right now and you've invested thousands of dollars into caps, crowns, and veneers, looks amazing when it's done, Morgan, but over time those artificial surfaces, they stain and your smile goes uneven. In the past, people have been stuck with that uneven smile. Not anymore. Power Swabs will restore them to their original color.
Yeah, and we're seeing some impressive photos on the screen as well as you're telling us all about Power Swabs. Now, you kind of just touched on this, but really a big question for a lot of folks is, does this really work on stains? We've got a lot of coffee drinkers out there, and we're not giving that up. So how does Power Swabs really help with that? I mean, can it really happen that quickly?
Drinking my coffee right now, Morgan. I'm sure your viewers are probably on their second or third cup. I'm on my second. And what you said is so apropos. We're not going to give it up. Because most of the time, they'll say, don't drink coffee, don't drink soda. And it's just not going to happen. Dr. Martin Ginniger, who created this product, realized that, understood that. And here's another thing people love about it. Maybe the number one thing, we don't have to give up any of our guilty pleasures as long as we are using this product, especially the number one culprit for staining our teeth, coffee. And I'm going to show your viewers real quick how this works. It is a fast two-step process, Morgan. When you get the Power Swabs in the mail, you get a box of 7 stain-out swabs, a box of 7 whitening swabs. It's literally this simple. You pop the stain-out swab open first, rub it on your teeth like I'm doing here for only 2 minutes. Obviously, we have TV time constraints. But over the 2 minutes, we actually remove the stain and we hydrate our enamel. Now, I want to stress that because the strips and the trays, they don't take the stain away. They cover it up and they dry out your enamel. That's why they hurt so much. So the stain-out swab is why we don't have sensitivity. We're keeping the moisture in your enamel. Right, that's the key. So you do that for 2 minutes, then you pop open the whitening swab, another 2 minutes, and we're going to show you some before and afters here and the progression of Power Swabs over 7 days. Because what I just did, like I mentioned at the top, less than 5 minutes, you're going to get on average 2 shades whiter. Take a before and after picture. When you first use it, you'll be amazed. You're only going to repeat that process once a day for 7 days. And again, get up to 6 shades whiter. Best part, yes, it gets better, Morgan, is that results will last up to 6 months. So it'll get you through the holidays.
That's actually incredible. And, you know, you doing that was really helpful to kind of, you know, show people how it's done when they get theirs and when they order them. But also seeing that progression of tooth whitening is truly amazing. I know that I'm not alone either when I say my routine is already busy. So work and kids, right? It will do that. It will make us feel very busy. Sometimes you don't have that half hour like when you do the strips. So we don't want to add another task to our daily schedule. Do we need to use Power Swabs every single day?
Yeah, great question. Sometimes it's an hour with some of those products too, Morgan. Yeah, and we don't have time to do that. What I literally just did, again, we have TV time constraints. We want you to do the full 2 minutes with each swab, but it's less than 5 minutes. I mean, I literally could have done my first treatment right here as we've been doing this segment. So it really fits into your schedule while you can do it anytime, a day or night, and you're just going to do that for 7 days. That's it, Morgan, and you're going to get up to those 6 shades whiter and up to 6 months with the results.
Wow, amazing. Okay, Scott, we do want to pass along some information for anybody that's watching that's really interested in trying Power Swabs. So we can order by calling an 800 number, 800-734-1014. We've also got the QR code on the screen, and you can just go online as well on your phone, your laptop, your computer. You can go to power-swabs or powerswabs.com, excuse me, and we have that on the bottom of your screen right now. So this is something that a lot of people are going to be wondering about, Scott.
Yeah, and it's our biggest discount ever, Morgan. It's 50% off this product. It's doing. Yeah. Wow is right. You said wow a lot during this segment.
It is amazing.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. I mean, I felt the same way when I first was introduced to the product. I was like, wow, I can't believe it does this, and this. And I've been promoting it nationally for a decade now because it works and people love it. So we're giving you 50% off, free shipping, and a free quick stick. Use this during the day. It's like brushing your teeth without having to. So after that morning coffee or happy hour red wine, you use this. It'll take the stains off before they set in to keep your smile bright and white throughout the day. You gave out the ways to get it. You can go to the website, powerswabs.com, 1-800-734-1014, or just scan that QR code. 3 easy ways to have a brighter, whiter smile, Morgan, and to be able to drink all the coffee you want.
Yes, and the red wine. I'm glad, Scott, that you mentioned that. Hey, we really appreciate you chatting with us today all about Power Swabs.
Great to be with you, and back to my coffee now.
Yes, thank you. And coming up on QCL, supporting kids from the very start, we'll show you how Birth to 5 Illinois is strengthening mental and behavioral health resources for Quad Cities kids.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Supporting children in their earliest years can make a lifelong difference.
Yes, in our region, an organization called Birth to 5 Illinois is making an impact on families each and every day. Joining us now with details on this year's accomplishments and future goals is Emily Cummings. Emily, welcome back to the show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes, you always provide us with some great information, great organization that you have. So give our viewers an idea on what your organization does and kind of the goals that you're trying to accomplish.
Yep, Birth to 5 Illinois is a backbone organization that works with families who have children 0 to 5. And what we do is we really want to hear from them what's working as far as early childhood and what's not working.
Okay.
Our initiative really started under the understanding that the governor's office wanted Illinois to be the best place to raise a child. So to understand that, we need to understand and hear from parents,
Sure.
and that's where we come in.
Yes, and you know, the first time that I was able to meet with you, which was so much fun because we got to learn all about the organization, you've made quite a bit of progress in that time in achieving many of your goals and crossing them off the list, so to speak, and that's all part of your action plan. So can you talk a little bit about what you've been working on when it comes to that action plan?
Absolutely. So we have 3 core areas that we're growing. Our Optimize the Workforce, where we're highlighting early childhood teachers, men in early childhood, awesome things that group is doing. We also have Enhanced Collaboration and Care. That's really bringing community entities together. We're stronger together. And our third one is really focused on mental and behavioral health. And with that, we've really dived in deep on mental and behavioral health. What can we do to support families with children 0 to 5? Because we know that that's such an important population. The Surgeon General a couple years ago said we have to focus on children 0 to 5 and the parents that are raising them, because there's a mental health crisis here.
Yeah, and you've actually, I will mention that you've compiled, your team has compiled the list of mental health resources across the area for families to utilize, and we've popped it up on the screen right there just so people can see what it looks like, because it's very simple, easy to use, easy to find.
We were very excited about that magnet. If you search, it's really hard to decipher who takes children 0 to 5, who sees them. So these are all entities that we vetted, we called, and then we also sorted them by Illinois and Iowa and what insurance that they take.
That's so nice.
Sometimes insurance is such a barrier. We talked to so many teachers who said, my copay is $50 a week. I would love therapy once a week, but it's just it's unaffordable.
Right.
So this really details out sliding scale fees, who takes Medicaid, and the different insurance providers.
And you know, that whole process can be very overwhelming for parents, speaking from experience. So it's nice that your organization's done a little bit of that legwork to kind of help guide them in the correct direction. So you've got some classes that you offer as well. You've got one coming up next month that is called, well, let's see, what do we have here? It's Partners in Parenthood.
Yeah.
And so this is for parents whose child is born this month or in January of next year.
Yes, so we're doing
cool.
we're doing a pilot program on that. We have really awesome home visitation programs in both Illinois and Iowa, but usually you have to meet some sort of credentials to be able to be a part of them. This is really supposed to be a universal support. So anyone who's having a baby in December or January can sign up to be a part of this. We have a person who will facilitate that via Zoom or in person too, and we'll just talk about early childhood development, talk about what to expect in the first few months of raising a baby, and really build community. That's the heart of what we want to do. We know that if parents aren't well, children aren't well either, right? We have to take care of our parents. That's centric to our work. So we want to start at the very beginning.
Okay, and along with that, the Circle of Security parenting class, that's going to be one that's coming up. And this is okay if you have a little bit of older kids as well.
Yes,
Right.
this is really good. The Circle of Security says when children feel secure and connected, they're going to go out and explore their environment, but they're going to check in with the people who they feel safe with.
Yeah.
So sometimes it can feel annoying when a kid comes up to you all the time and is like, hey mom. But that's showing that you're a secure base. So if we can help parents understand that lens, that parents that your job as a parent is really supporting them, you're stronger, kinder, wiser, all of these things in your child, then you have a safe base in which they can explore their world.
Yeah, obviously you offer a lot of resources, and we've got some QR codes on the screen, and we'll be sure to put these on our website as well if you want to get connected with Birth to 5 Illinois. Emily, we appreciate you being here, and hopefully you reach your goals and beyond for 2026.
Thank you so much.
Yes,
Thank you very much, and thank you so much for watching Quad Cities Live.
Jeopardy is coming up next, followed by the local news at 4 o'clock, and we'll see you here tomorrow.
Welcome to Quad Cities Live Plus, streaming on our KWQC News app and website.
Here you will see exclusive content made for QCL Plus, as well as segments from our show, Quad Cities Live.
QCL Plus gives us the opportunity to expand our stories and engage more with you, our viewers, as we continue shining a light on the incredible people and places that make the Quad Cities home.
Yeah, we hope you enjoy the best of the Quad Cities and our surrounding communities here on Quad Cities Live Plus, and we thank you for watching.
It is one of the Quad Cities' most heartwarming holiday traditions, the Family Resources Adopt a Family program. For more than 2 decades, this program has brought joy, comfort, and dignity to local families facing hardship during the holiday season. Joining us today is President and CEO of Family Resources, Nicole Cisney-Durbin. Nicole, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we were just talking all about, I cannot believe it is coming up on this time of year again.
Yeah.
It's comes as a surprise for a lot of people, but here it is, and that's why it's so important to talk about this Adopt a Family program. So for people that maybe haven't heard of it before, what's the program all about?
Well, every year, Family Resources serves thousands of clients, right?
Yeah.
We have an impact on over 80,000 individuals in our community. And we want to make sure that individuals that receive our services have a lovely holiday season. And a lot of them need extra help with that.
Yeah.
So we've been doing this for over 20 years.
Amazing.
It just keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. We have incredible support from the Davenport Police Association and Chuck's Tap, and the list goes on and on and on.
Right.
So it's what it sounds like, you know, families and individuals fill out wish lists just like an angel tree, and we make sure that they have a happy holiday.
That's wonderful. You know, and over those years, tell us a little bit about the impact that this really does have on families and individuals.
Absolutely. So I don't know about you, but every year when I do this, I take my kids shopping with me.
Yeah.
And they're always so interested why kids and adults are asking for things that we take for granted.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Right? So
Yep.
they're asking for, you know, deodorant or body wash or things that we would normally just have around that should not be a Christmas present. So it's an opportunity to educate my kids on the privilege that they have, but also ensure that folks have just the basic essentials and then lovely things that we take for granted.
Surprises.
Yes,
Yeah.
and toys and just all the things that, you know, any kid should be able to wake up Christmas morning and have.
You are so right. When folks take a look at these wish lists, they will be shocked at how many items are on there that you already have in your kitchen or in your bathroom and things of that nature. So, okay, so you've already gotten what, 100 wish lists submitted, but there will probably be more.
Yes. So last year we had over 1,000 individuals.
Okay.
So that's not 1,000 families, that's an individual wish list.
Yeah.
We expect to have about that this year, and we only have 25 donors signed up so far. So we are asking our
That's why
community
you're here today.
to participate. Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not just about the kids waking up Christmas morning, it's about those adults and families knowing that our community cares and that they feel that support, that they're not alone in this.
Yeah, they need that support as well. So, okay, so the process, your staff will go out and help these folks fill out these wish lists?
Yes.
Is that how that works?
Yep.
Okay, so if I want to adopt a family, how does that work for me?
You can go online and sign up to be one of our donors, www.famres.org, and you can say, I can take one wish list, I can take a family of 10. You know, it's really up to you on how you want to participate. If you don't have time to actually go out and do the shopping, you can donate money and then we'll do the shopping for you. So, you know, the opportunities are endless.
Well, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. And if people are watching and they want to learn more about how to get involved in the Adopt a Family initiative, just visit that website on your screen, famres.org/adopt-a-family, right there at the bottom. Nicole, as always, just thanks for coming on the show and being such a great spokesperson for this
Thanks
initiative.
for having us.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier.
I'm Kyle Keel. Cat lovers, you won't want to miss an exhibition underway right now at the Figge Art Museum.
It's called Cats,
Yeah,
and it
simple as
celebrates
that.
our favorite four-legged felines through centuries of art and culture. Joining us now is Vanessa Sage, co-senior curator at the Figge. Vanessa, welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks for
Yes,
being
thank
here
you.
today. I just love this. I
Yes.
love looking through some of the photos that
They're
the
fun.
Figge provided for the
Yeah.
segment. So, Vanessa, why did the Figge decide to create an entire exhibition about cats?
Well, we did an exhibition a couple years ago called Animals in the Museum, and it was a big hit with crowds of all ages, so we decided to focus in on cats because they have such a rich history in arts and culture.
Yeah, so in addition to the rich history, what else about cats makes this such an inspiring thing for art?
Yeah.
You know, there's so many different creations throughout the centuries, so what makes this so unique?
I think that their role culturally has shifted, and it's so
Sure.
different in different cultures, but also they're very changeable in nature, and so a lot of artists portray them in many different ways. And so there's a lot to love about cats, but they're also really mischievous.
Oh,
and then they're also tied to some really deeply spiritual histories and culture, like in ancient Egypt, for instance, and we have some ancient Egyptian amulets in the exhibition on loan from the Putnam.
Okay, so we're talking. This is what the exhibition looks like.
Yeah.
So if you're watching us on TV right now and you see the screen, this is what you will find when you go to the Figgy. So what is maybe the funniest or most unexpected way that you've seen cats portrayed in art?
Well, like looking through the Figgy collection, there were some surprises. And so cats, they're not always the focus of the work. They're at the margins, they're at the borderlines, causing, sometimes causing trouble, getting at ribbons, tearing somebody's dress, for instance. And so just finding how many cats we had represented in art in the collection was a surprise.
Yeah.
And then the ways that they are portrayed, either as these very noble beings or these little troublemakers. There's a lot of variety.
Yeah, talk about the evolution in this exhibit from, ancient times to more modern art.
Yeah, you've got it all.
Yeah.
So we have also on loan, the Putnam was kind enough to loan us some works. So
that's
we have
great.
pre-Columbian works of jaguars and 2 feline dogs that are guardian figures in Chinese culture. Those are from the 1700s. And so it really starts with the wild cat component and how, cats, even though they're domesticated, they still have this half-wild nature to them.
Yeah.
And so as you enter, you get that more the foundational history, and then the wild cats kind of transforming into domestic animals.
Yeah, in my head, I was just thinking of the domesticated cats.
I was too.
Yeah, I heard your
jaguars,
reaction.
I
I'm
was
like,
oh yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah, those are
Most
cats too. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I know you oftentimes have interactive pieces with exhibitions, and beyond that as well. This is more than just 2D art on paper, although that is incredibly beautiful, and we're going to show off some of those pieces here in just a minute. There's also sculptures and things like that.
So we have sculptures by like John Bloom and Isabel Bloom in the exhibition.
Oh, neat. Okay.
So 2 local favorites.
Yeah.
There's also poetry on the walls, so that literary component is also married to the visual expression of cats and art. And then the interactive components, we really wanted to make sure that kids and families had a place in the space itself to kind of reflect on the art around them and make their own art. And so there's prompts for them to write their own haiku poetry. Cats figure heavily in Japanese haiku from many hundreds of years ago to today. And there's also a drawing prompt, and then people can send in their photos of their own cats.
People love to do that.
We will include them on a monitor in the exhibition.
Oh, very cool.
That is really fun. Yeah, Figgy does a really good job of doing that. And let's look at a couple of the pieces that are part of this exhibition right now. So this is young Robert Johnson, and this is kind of what you were talking about. So once we remove the graphic there on the screen, you're going to see how the cat is depicted. There you go. That's kind of what you were saying, where they're just in the margins, or they're just kind of a player in the piece of art.
Yes, and this you can notice that the cat has a little devil tail.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice that at first. Yeah.
This is about the musician Robert Johnson, who was so talented. The legend is that he sold his soul to the devil to have that musical talent. And so that's kind of the cat on the margin.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that. So the next piece of art we have is the house cat. And this is one that really caught our eye.
Yeah, so colorful.
It's very
abstract.
So this is by an artist named Carol Apple, and although they're prints, they look very much like paintings when you see them in person. They're very bright, and they're all different kinds of cats. So there's, I think, 27 of these prints, and it's like smiling cat, house cat, sitting cat, and so they're more of the abstract side.
That's very cool. And then the final one that we want to show quickly, you mentioned smiling cat. This is by a different artist, though. I also love this one.
Yes, this royal blue cushion. Tomu Inagaki was very well known for his cats. He was a woodblock print. So this is an art form that, again, goes back centuries. And he was active in the mid-century. And so this is one of my favorites, too, because I just really love the stylized way that he's... And yes, that sly look and on his throne or her throne.
Cat
Each
owners can
piece,
relate.
yeah, each piece certainly tells a story. So obviously this is a big one you must see if you are a cat lover. So if you want to, you can head to the Figge Art Museum and catch us. How long is this exhibit on?
January 4th.
January 4th, so you got plenty of time to plan that trip to the Figge. And for all things Figge Art Museum, you can head to FiggeArtMuseum.org to get a look at some of the other exhibits that are coming up here in the near future. Vanessa, as always, we appreciate you being on to talk about the Figge.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. When it comes to barbecue in the QCA, one name rises to the top: Skinny's Barbecue in Muscatine. Celebrating 6 years in business, this local favorite is known for its Texas-style barbecue and Midwestern hospitality. Joining me now is owner Cord Kleist. Cord, thanks for chatting with us today.
Yes.
We're so excited to talk with you about Skinny's Barbecue. So located in Muscatine, you're from the Muscatine area, correct?
Yes, born and raised.
So give us a little bit of background on your family and kind of the service industry.
My dad was self-employed, but always heard stories of the restaurant business and the bar business and the success in it. So always just had the dream of doing so. And then my senior year of high school, my dad and I opened a sports bar called Boonies on the Avenue.
Where did you come up with the idea for Skinny's Barbecue? What got you into barbecue in general? Why was that the choice?
My 21st birthday, I got a present from my parents, and it was a smoker. And we would always close the restaurant on Labor Day and Memorial Day. And we would have a party at my parents' house and invite all of our regular customers. Me and my friends would bring all of our smokers together and start early in the morning and do ribs for the main entree. Growing up in the area, we never had barbecue, so it was not anything that the people that were attending the parties were familiar with. And we did dry rub, which is the Texas style, no sauce on the meat. So I was like, man, I have this smoker, and there's no barbecue restaurants around here. We need a restaurant that's going to stick out, not compete with my dad selling burgers or salads or wings or anything else. It had to be barbecue. And so I just wanted to bring that here. And so I've really learned from the ground up. And that's where barbecue's fun, because every day my team gets to come in, look at the meat, look how it cooked the night before. How can we do it different? How can we do it better? Which has led us to still be here 6 years later.
Yeah, celebrating 6 years in business, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell us a little bit about your food. So you said it's Texas-style barbecue. You have a whole lot, though, on your menu for people to choose from.
Yeah, and that goes back to I wanted to bring something different to Muscatine, so we did Texas-style. All the meats and sides were a la carte, so you order quarter pound, half pound, full pound of meat. You can add a bun, get a piece of cornbread, pick some sides. We had done some daily specials to try to attract the people that weren't coming because they weren't familiar with it. And some of those were like quesadillas, burritos, tacos, grilled cheese sandwiches. And I think that the reason for stepping outside of just barbecue was to attract the everyday customer.
What is the customer response, especially the customer that, really likes barbecue food?
It gives me goosebumps, honestly, because it's like going back to not knowing how to do it when I started. People can't believe how good it is, and with the home cookers, the ones that cook barbecue at home still are like, wow. One of my favorite stories is a grumpy old farmer walking in, how do you order here, and then you tell them, and then they order. And they're not very happy. They get to the table, and then on the way out, they smack their wedding ring on the counter and say, "Very good, gentlemen." There's people that come here regularly that don't go to restaurants, but they feel comfortable not only with the food, but with the hospitality. The guys make them feel welcome when they come. The guys remember, "You getting ribs today?" And they remember what side they're getting.
I love hearing you talk about that.
Yeah,
You're clearly very passionate about it, and I think that shines through in your business very clearly. You are also award winners. So talk about your pulled pork sandwich and being recognized for that. That's huge.
Yeah, definitely helped being from Iowa. With the Iowa Pork Producers put on a competition during March Madness of 2024. And there was a bracket of 32 teams. And we ended up getting first place in that. And that was huge usually Tuesdays was like the slow day, and then like after that we open the door and it's like busy on Tuesdays, busy on every day.
Well, congratulations on that.
Yeah.
The atmosphere is incredible. So, you know, the downtown Muscatine area has, I would say, really become more and more of a destination every year. Skinny's Barbecue is obviously part of that. So talk about the atmosphere here.
Yeah, connected to a craft cocktail and beer lounge that is owned by my brother and parents. Do live music every Thursday night. This time of the year that's going to start moving inside, but usually musicians from all over the area, Iowa City to Quad Cities, and then in the nice weather we put it out on the patio.
So we have some construction going on outside the building. People will notice that. That's because there's some exciting things that are happening for you here at Skinny's. You're expanding.
That's correct. Expanding to the other side of the bar, connected, just to give us a second street access, a door that people can find rather than being tucked away into the building, and then give people more of an experience when they come as a destination, travel here rather than the tight little corners.
You spoke about catering. So people that don't come to Skinny's, they can still try Skinny's. So you do cater.
Yes.
And you're also going to be kind of expanding your location in a different way in the future.
We have purchased a food truck. We have a home address in the west end of Davenport. The food truck is matching with the building. We got a fire truck, food truck that is going to be serving barbecue. Not too set on all the other details of it all, but yeah, going to be bringing some barbecue to the Quad Cities.
Well, Cord, thank you so much for talking with us today.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Skinny's Barbecue is open Tuesday through Saturday, located at 208 West 2nd Street in Muscatine inside the Pearl Plaza. You can also visit them on the web. For nearly 8 decades, a local family-owned business has been keeping homes comfortable no matter the season. Gabrielson Indoor Climate Solutions has been serving the community since 1946. And joining me to talk more about that long-standing legacy is Troy Simpson, a residential sales specialist with Gabrielson. I almost said 1846, but I caught myself there.
Yeah,
still a very long time, almost 80 years,
yes,
which is such a huge milestone, which we will get to. Troy, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you. Let's start with a little background on Gabrielson's history here in the Quad Cities.
Yes. Yeah, 1946, Burr Gabrielson started Gabrielson Heating and Air Conditioning back then. We are now Gabrielson Indoor Climate Solutions, and yeah, so we are coming up on our 80th year. There will be a pending big celebration and an event, but that's in the works right now.
Yeah, well, there he is, right there on the screen. We want to thank you for getting us a photo. I love the history of it all, especially when it comes to these family-owned businesses. You personally have been in the HVAC industry for a very long time. I believe I have in my notes about 40 years.
About 40 years. I started in high school.
You started in high school, and you've been with Gabrielson for a very long time, since 1997. So tell us a little bit about your role, because you work a lot with the customer.
Yes. Yeah, I originally started there to build up their residential new construction business, and then in 2008, when the economy kind of got a little iffy, I transitioned into, still doing that, but transitioned into residential add-on replacement business, and so that is predominantly what I do today. So.
So you're giving us some really great insight today into the entire team. So talk a little bit about that customer connection and what you really focus on when you visit a customer's home.
Sure. It starts with our service department. They are, they are the front lines. They're in the homes. We obviously get people who call outside of our service department, but they're in the homes and they are diagnosing issues, finding problems, and then it's my job from there to be transitioned into direct contact with the customer, and I will go out and assess their situation and talk to them about their needs and what they need in the HVAC.
Right. It is such an important relationship. It truly is, because I think a lot of times for the customer it does feel like an emergency, and in many situations it can be an emergency. You know, we live in a region where it gets very cold or it gets very hot, and these things matter to many of our families. So Gabrielson offers something called the Assured Comfort Agreement. So tell us a little bit about what that agreement is, the Assured Comfort Agreement, and how that kind of works.
Yeah, I'm a big promoter of that on the sales side, but obviously on the service side we are as well. We find that you know, our customers have a lot more longevity of life of their system when they are getting it serviced twice a year. And so our Assured Comfort Agreement customers get 2 checks, once in the spring and once in the fall. And so that is just a way to maintain their equipment and keep it running and in optimal performance.
So this is something that as a customer that I can purchase. It's kind of like an extra, and it's making sure that all that equipment, my HVAC, is getting checked a couple of times a year.
Yes.
Just speak to that for us, and how regular maintenance can really cut down on costs and maybe other repairs down the road.
Well, your HVAC system is one like me. It's out of sight, out of mind. I'm in the business and don't change my filter like I should.
Oh my gosh, you just reminded me that I need to change my filter.
My wife has to remind me to spray our air conditioner off. Anyway, if that stuff is done, your system runs and lasts a lot longer. And so that is something we take off your plate and do that for the customer.
It is very nice.
It's beneficial.
If you don't have, you know, Troy's wife reminding you, right? At least they can remind you. So I also want to talk a little bit about, for homeowners who are watching right now, how they should know when or if they need to potentially replace their AC or their furnace. Because you guys often say, you know, when you replace one, you may as well look at replacing both.
Right. Yeah, I never want to be the determiner of how they spend their money. But if I'm at a home and we're there to look at, let's just say, replacing the furnace, I always want them to have all the information they can, because it is of value if the system is old enough to justify spending the money on both, to do both of them at the same time. When we come in, most of our new equipment are different sizes. And so the duct modification that we have to do on top of the furnace, if that can all be done at one time as opposed to 2 separate times, there's a value there. When you put 2 pieces of equipment together, rebates kick in better. There's more rebates that way. And so